Welcome to the Top 5 podcast.
Are we recording?
No, not.
I assume so. Greg's right there recording. You said 2 minutes and however many fucking seconds. You got a problem? Did you want to stop?
No, we're good. Go on.
Yeah.
Crunkers.
Today, we're going to fucking do this.
Yeah.
Roll call. Dayman. Roll call.
Wow.
Fine.
It's going to be one of these nights.
Wow.
Number one here. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello, Dayman. How are you tonight?
Fine. Just
Good.
chilling.
It's nice.
Yes,
Are you done with
Next.
Okay, I didn't know if you were done with the small talk or...
I don't have-
Stupido
there's no small talk,
Einsteiny.
just small people.
Oh, wow.
Stupido Einsteiny, number 2, Tampa Bay Rays.
The Deuce. And I am Chalk Banana. Number 3 to your Philadelphia Phillies. Leopold.
Leo Pollard's back. I'm doing the thing.
Wow.
Leo
Wow.
Pollard's back. Not Leopold. Number 4 to your Tampa Bay Devil Rays as well. Sadness tournament participants.
Let's go.
Hopefully Sadness tournament winners.
I was going to say, for
Hopefully.
some context,
Hopefully.
session 16 just ended today,
Yep.
Recording on March 11th
3/11.
at 7
Griff, of
p.m.
course, always in our thoughts and always in our hearts and prayers and whatever else he's in. Sex
Ooh.
dreams, probably.
Oh,
And then joining us today, I'm going to butcher this.
I'm going to butcher it too, don't worry.
It is Kries von Kriestalhauser or something. What is the last
There you
name?
go. Close enough.
It was a
Good enough.
try.
I
There
say
wasn't a
Kries von Kriestalhauser, but a lot of people call me Kries von Kriestalhauser, which I guess both work. I don't even know how to say my own name is what it boils down to.
So in German, when you have an IE, which you
Yeah,
often
it would be
do in
Kries.
German, yeah, the
Yeah.
second letter is always the long vowel sound.
Yeah,
you
it's
say that
I've
you look
anglicized my name since I came to the league.
Got it.
That's
Wait,
my
got it.
excuse.
Chalk, did you say that he looks German?
No, I said in German, like in the language, the German
Yeah,
language.
because
I know all about that.
Yeah.
As
I just thought that
German.
you said he looks German. And was
I
like,
do get
wait.
that a lot though, which is part
Is
of
your
the
is your
lore.
profile pic you?
You
Yeah,
gotta
it's
stop
me, like,
having that
2
weird
or 3 years
mustache.
ago.
Wait, I thought you said it wasn't you.
No,
What the fuck?
that is me. It's like 3 years old. Somebody asked me if when I had Nitro, I had Germa as like my banner, and somebody asked me if that was
that's
me.
what it was.
It was him eating a hamburger.
That's what it was. Okay.
I'm not that much of a psycho to put a video of me eating a hamburger as my header.
I think I asked you that. I think I was that guy. Kries, you look, or Christ, what do you want to be called?
So, the lore on my name is my real name's Chris, so you could just call me that because it's supposed to be like a
It's not gonna
really
happen.
like
I'm going to
weird
call
play
you
on
your
my name.
baseball name. Yeah.
All right,
No,
all
no,
right.
we're
Just call me
baseball names.
KVK. Just call me K. Christ,
K?
Kreese. I'll take anything.
Okay, you should be a pitcher, and then you should spell your K backwards when you strike them out. They were looking.
Yeah,
Let's
dude, people
shit
hate
like
me.
Yeah. Also, if
Chalk
I were
went
a
up for the
pitcher,
chalk.
I would say chalk went up for the banana, and people would absolutely love that. There would never be any problem with that whatsoever.
You say you would do that?
I would do that.
Because you didn't absolutely not do that during the minor league season this year.
Yes, but I would too do that stuff.
Oh, okay. It's like
Okay,
Mitch
I just wanna
Hedberg
say-
with
Yeah,
drugs.
like Dayman did drugs. He still does, but he did drugs too.
used to too.
Okay, first of all, I wasn't paying attention because I don't know if you fucking saw, but my ball wasn't in that time, but like it was at the bottom. It was underneath one of your guys' fucking balls. Like, that makes no sense.
Do you enjoy spending time underneath my balls?
I say
Well, if it means it's in the
Oh
hole,
my
then
God.
sure, but like it
ooh,
apparently
2
means
balls
it's
deep
not.
in the hole.
That first live session is going to be real fun.
Right?
May I remind you that Leo did pick
the
me
hole.
to marry on his fuck Mary kill.
I know,
did,
and you all
sure.
picked me to
And
kill. I'm aware.
And Damien picked me in return.
I'm
Yes.
coming
Perhaps,
armed.
perhaps feeling indebted.
Yeah.
Well,
Some debt, some
Well-
genuine. A little mix of the two.
Kries, how old are you? Just out of curiosity.
Oh no.
I'm
Oh,
25.
boy.
Okay, which
Yeah.
one of us would
Hey,
you
this
fuck,
is-
marry, and kill?
Wow.
Oh man, you're putting me on the
was a
spot.
This
There's
isn't
4
even
of
on the
us.
list of questions.
Yeah.
There's 4 of us.
Yeah, he DM'd me this one in private. He didn't want anybody else to know.
I
We have
did,
to add an
along with
extra
the
category.
question for his Venmo, so I could send out the money for saying he would marry or fuck me. Instead
Well,
of killing
damn,
me.
if you paid
Mary
me, I would
Chalk.
take you off the kill list.
Yep.
Oh.
Thanks, Grace. Appreciate it, buddy. We shall have many happy years together.
If you keep supplying with money, I would just like to say, my first hole on this was absolutely atrocious. If you want to cut that.
I
was,
watched it, and it will stay.
I was stuck on the other side of the spring, and I couldn't get around.
Yeah,
I don't even know
that'll
how that
happen.
happened.
Dayman does that.
If
it
we
is
get
that.
to the hole where it happens, I'll tell you what one it is. There's like one specific hole where like the last few times I think I've gotten it, but like for the first 5 or 10 times we did it, it was like 15 fucking strokes, just like going back and forth.
Not only did you do it once, you did it like 3 times.
Many times in a row for it to become your worst
many.
roll.
What the?
While we're
Many.
talking about the golf, this one is one of the hardest holes for me. I don't
do
really
not
know how to
like
play it
this
well.
hole.
Yeah, I do not
Yeah.
enjoy this hole either.
I don't like the teleport and shit.
For a par 3, I don't know how to get a 2 on it.
Yeah.
I honestly, I just watched you guys. I started paying attention to what Leo and Stupido did because they're the ones that are good at this. And I finally just saw that you could actually like make that angle shot. That's the first time I've gotten a 7 or above in that hole like every time.
Heaven is crazy.
I feel like every time it goes through the teleporter, it just yoinks right back through.
Someone is not in the hole.
Is it
Not me.
It's Kries.
not?
It's the new
Oh,
guy.
I'm in the hole on my screen. I can still hit it though, but I'm in the hole.
Yep.
See,
Welcome to being
That is-
Dayman.
That's the Dayman.
Okay, cool.
You've completed the
Every
Dayman cycle
fucking time.
very
Awesome.
early into the game.
He hasn't got the
That's
trilogy yet. He's got to get that one hole with
Yeah.
they get stuck on.
Oh
See,
yeah.
What the fuck the teleporters?
I
Oh,
don't really know what this does, so we'll find
So
out.
who's running this podcast?
Ah,
That's been a
Nobody.
question for 25 episodes now.
Wow,
It's
can
a
you believe we've
lawless
fucking done 25
podcast.
episodes?
I'm estimating, but I think we're about there. Yeah,
Or like 27 since there's 2 we
Oh,
did that
that's
didn't
true.
get released.
yeah,
28.
we're at
You guys get in the back.
23 released and several in the chamber.
Yeah. We have chambers. All
Hopefully
right,
there's-
so no one's Leo, you're not doing the questions? I guess I'll do the
Uh,
questions.
I can do them.
No, it's good. It's good. How did you join
Recording my
MLR,
screen.
Kries?
So I first started in MLN. Number 1 overall draft pick, just saying.
All right.
In MLN?
Behave.
Yeah, in MLN. I originally joined and didn't know much. Like I saw a Reddit post on the baseball subreddit, and I joined it. I didn't know anybody, and the first person to message me was Brian Taylor, and the only person. So he, I think he was the last person you guys interviewed, right? That episode will probably be out by the time this.
No, it won't.
Should be.
It won't.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Unless we fucked it up. Which
All
happens.
right, but
which is impossible.
Yeah.
he picks me up. So I was on the Portland Pioneers, which is where his name in ML. So this is probably going to be a bit of a. Am I in the hole again? Yeah.
Yep.
Nope.
Awesome.
Well, yes, but no.
Oh, I'm in.
There we go.
They made
So
it.
I know him as Noodle Arm. He's the captain for the A's. His name's Mark. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. If I'm going to be honest.
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
shine.
yeah.
Chien is what I always
I
wrote.
think it's just shine.
I just every time I read it, I'm like, all right, Mark Noodle Arm.
He's just Mark.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Like
But
Madonna and
Yeah.
Jesus. One name.
yeah, he's-
Beyonce.
Quite the company.
Yeah.
Obama.
Oh man.
Obama.
Beyonce has a last name, it's Knowles. Obama has a first name, it's Barack. Does
Yes,
anyone know any other name for Madonna?
she has a real name.
No, she doesn't. It's
Madonna.
Madonna. Anyone know anything about Jesus outside of like of Nazareth?
Christ.
No, that's
I guess
no,
Priest, if we want to.
Priest, yeah.
Harold.
What if his last name was
Harold.
just like Smith or something?
Jesus Smith,
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which was a super uncommon name back in that time. So it was
Yeah,
really
of course.
weird.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
they were like, this guy's a
Yeah.
fucking freak.
Fucking Smith. I haven't seen one of those since high school. Jesus.
Yeah,
If
the
you-
fuck?
If you just want to cut the video portion out of this, because
Nope.
I'm embarrassing myself. I've never
No,
played
no.
so bad at golf.
Nobody
It's
actually
staying in.
watches the.
I
Yeah,
watched
no,
the
yeah.
golf.
video.
Oh, you watched the golf?
Yeah,
Okay.
I watched the golf.
Only you will suffer on this twice if you ever go back
Man,
and
you
watch
think
it.
you
How
would
many
have learned
times
something?
Yeah.
So- How did you find MLN before MLR?
I I have two theories because I think about that often because for people who don't know what MLN is, it's basically the exact same thing as MLR, but it's smaller. And there's like some small tweaks, but a lot of the same people overlap.
Yeah, so many.
I didn't like see the post. Like I remember seeing the post and I like thought about it. It was like, oh, D&D baseball basically. Like, so I went to look it up and I was like trying to figure it out. And I guess for some reason I just remembered numbers and baseball because the subreddit for MLN is baseball by the numbers. So I'm guessing that came up on my search and I didn't think to search fake baseball, which is MLR's subreddit. So I'm guessing that's how I found it. And oh no,
that's super funny because like any version of when you try to search for shit like that, those are not like the words that come like that first come up, if that makes sense. Like most people like wouldn't think to search like baseball and number. It's more like fake or baseball.
Hey, thanks,
or
John.
Yeah.
You're welcome,
something
buddy.
like that.
Knock
And
me right in
even
for a
when
hole in
you
one.
do that, the MLR subreddit comes up first, like almost every single time.
because I forgot the subreddit name and I kind of just like
So you saw an advertisement for MLR and joined MLN.
potentially because I know MLN does also advertise on the
stick.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
So, but I joined the Pioneers, and the way the rules work in that league is if you join with like within a few sessions before it ends, like the season ends, you're still draft eligible. And I was like, oh, cool, I'll just join the draft. And the only reason I got drafted number 1 overall is because I still had the like scouting sheet left over from. Like I had a leg up on all the rookies because I actually played in the league before, and I still had scouting on all the players. So I just used my old team scouting during like the rookie league, and
just fucking mash.
Yeah, well, I didn't mash, but like I looked like I knew what I was talking about, and like all the like I got messages from GMs like, "Wow, we really liked your scouting or whatever," and I look like a genius, but in reality, I'm fucking terrible.
You're like, this guy's shit is like all set up with the PA logs and shit. This is crazy.
Yeah, it really looked like I knew what I was doing, and that like I was good, and then little do they know, but. So
like I don't even know what fucking Google Sheets is. Fuck you.
Yeah, I was on all the draft sheets. I had I don't know which one. I know Dayman's in league, but I had Miami was looking to draft me, and oh god, there was another team or two, and on all the like mock drafts, I was going like 15th until the one before because I like Ryan the team manager of the Reapers already told me like where that I was getting number 1, then I guess it leaked. So everybody thought I was going to go like 16th or whatever, then I went number 1 overall. And then on that team, I talked with a bunch of people who were like really old MLR players. I can't remember like I don't know their names in MLR, like I know them in MLN, but I like asked them, I was like, "Hey, you know, oh my god, is it me again? It is. What is with this?"
Not even close this time.
You were not close that time.
You are preaching to the choir.
Anyway, so I was like, "Hey, when's the other baseball league?" Because I was doing atrocious. I was batting like 200, maybe less, and the only reason I wasn't getting like my shit blown in by Ryan is probably because Toastman was batting like .64, who got drafted in the first round. Like he was doing terrible.
So there was somebody worse. So
yeah, and he was the number 3 pick too, so it made me feel a little bit better. But you know, we were in it together really, and
that did not last.
So I was like, "Hey, when's that other baseball league starting?" And they were like, "Oh, they're just about to finish the rookie league like right now, but you can still join." I was like, "Okay," so I joined.
That
a week before the draft.
No,
it
was a week. That's right.
Oh my
So
god,
the games were done though, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't get a single chance to play a game. I don't even know what Dome is or whatever. Like I have no idea how
you
that
got
works.
assigned to a team because like the games were over, right?
Yeah. There was nothing going on.
Yeah.
I joined and everybody's talking to each other, and I was like, I hope I get drafted. And
that shit was hilarious, dude.
Can I rewind real quick because I missed
sure.
something apparently. You joined MLN, got a scouting sheet. Something happened, and then you joined again.
No, I joined MLR.
So He's saying
Well-
that he like signed up at the end of MLN like session like 15 or 16. So then he
Yes.
just re-entered the draft, which is something you can do in this league too, and got picked.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's what I didn't
Yeah.
get. So you looked. So somehow they forgot about your existence between you joining the end of it and coming back again, and then impress everybody.
No. What I did was entirely legal. It's just I played on a bad team. Like I like the Pioneers and I liked everybody on it.
Damn.
And no, dude. But we absolutely sucked. Like we were terrible. I
Yeah,
batted
it
like
happens.
I don't think I've had a good season in MLN yet. I've been terrible MLN.
I'm so shit in that league, dude.
And I don't know what it is, but
Me neither.
so it's not like I was forgotten about. It's just I was in like a special thing where like I just joined at a special time where I could like I qualified to re-enter the draft and basically become a free agent again, is which I did, so I could just say I was drafted. And I went,
And like no matter what, that's gonna give you a leg up because like you've already been around for a little bit. Like you didn't fucking auto on your 3 or 4 games you fucking played. Like you have access to like what a scouting sheet should look like. Whereas like normally, like your first time, you're just like, what are you even saying? Like, do you just put all the numbers and cells and shit? And it's like, no,
absolutely,
no.
dude. When
Yeah.
I was first looking at that scouting,
Oh,
wait, what?
you're not the
Dude, I hate this game.
There you go.
But yeah, the first time I played fake baseball, I had no idea what I was looking at, and nobody really explained it because, like, I guess everybody just kind of assumes that you're probably smarter than me,
Yeah.
and
Or,
so I was
or
like,
that like people are supposed to go over that in rookie league, so people forget that there's like free agent signups and shit.
well, I've never played in a rookie league, because I joined at the end of that season, nobody taught me how to play. Like I was just signed as a free agent at the end of the season, and I just kind of figured it out, I guess.
Wing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
Don't ask how to do things. Just say sorry when you mess it up.
No. Dude, I was super nervous. I was like, I really hope I don't fuck up like the formatting because you see people get autoed or whatever, and it's like, oh, that's not a valid swing or whatever. I was terrified because I don't want to look like an idiot.
Do people swing and not wait around for the results? Because
Well, in MLN, it's a human umpire, so it's not like you're gonna have it within a minute.
Right.
And there, and MLN really like it's unless it's like very like not obvious what you're swinging, like what you're typing has like a shitload of numbers in it. It's normally like so obvious. Yeah, no fucking shit.
Yeah, the umps are normally pretty lenient with stuff.
Yeah, like they're just like, oh yeah, okay. And so like other than that, there's no way to fuck it up because there's not like a format into it. You just write it there and someone is looking at it. It's not a bot picking it up. So
besides that, the only difference is that you can make like your own build in MLN. Like you're assigned like a point system for like power and contact and all that. And then stealing just works differently. But other than that, it's the same thing.
And then again, you can't fuck up the steal because, well, I guess you could.
You can because you have to DM
actually,
you have to DM it to an umpire.
But normally, like the person in charge of the team is going to be like, "Okay, we're stealing. Give me your steal number," and they just send it. Or if you're a captain and you're in the chat, but like, yeah, I guess you could just like be thinking it's MLR and just like go to a thread and comment and fucking auto
steal this.
Yeah, I almost typed the steal. I had to like ask Ryan, my GM again. I was like, so this is the league where I DM the ump, right? Because I was about to write steal second base with a number and look like an idiot.
For anyone who doesn't know, that auto makes you get caught if you do that in that league.
Yeah.
It's like you left early.
If you comment on the steal on the thread with the steal number instead of a DM, you just are auto out. It does happen too. Like,
that sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Other than that, it's like
What the fuck?
So,
but I love how you just join at the fucking end of both, like rookie league and shit.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. I had like no onboarding, so I just kind of what I would do is somebody would be like, all right, it's my time to swing, like talking about themselves, and I would go and look and see how they commented their comments to make sure I didn't fuck it up.
It do be like that though.
Yeah, it was rough.
Gotta read the thread.
So I joined.
There's a syntax, yeah.
I joined MLR, and I immediately got messages from like people that knew me from MLN saying that they were either interested or they were going to draft me. I got message. Well, I know Toast, and I believe I don't remember if Swarm messaged me that they were interested in drafting me to the Mets because I played with Toast and was adjacent to playing with Swarm. He took over the Pioneers as soon as I left. And then I believe Petra messaged me, checking in, because that's how I found out she was a Devils fan, which is the best hockey team to ever exist.
Nobody can say fucking the New Jersey Devils without me just thinking of that Seinfeld episode.
I hear that so much, especially living in New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's so good though. Like I don't even particularly think like, oh, Seinfeld's like the greatest show. There's just something about that shit that just makes me laugh so hard. They're so fucking embarrassed to be with him. It's just so funny.
I'm pretty embarrassed to be a Devils fan right now too. So
The best part is every other NHL stadium plays that clip whenever we're playing the Devils.
oh yeah,
Right,
no,
right.
Even the Devils play it too. So
Yeah.
Wow.
it's
Man.
they even got him. I think it's Patrick Warburton is the actor or something.
That
Yeah,
is the actor,
yeah.
yes.
He dressed up like that to go to a Devils playoff game. I think it was last year.
Naturally.
Because he's from New Jersey as well, so it works
Yeah.
out.
That's why he did that shit so good. He was like fucking perfect, dude. I've done this 1,000 times in my life.
It wasn't even playing a character.
They were like, "Hey, we want you to like be the one Devils fan out of all of us and like embarrass us." And he's like, "Say no more." Rolls up to set, already face painted, and they're like, "Holy shit, okay, yeah, this is gonna fucking work."
He voices Kronk.
Yeah, Kronk.
Oh my
He
god!
also voices Brock Sampson in the best television show of all time.
Wasn't
And,
he also
Joe
Lemony
Swanson.
Snicket
I
in
was
a
gonna say,
series of
isn't he Joe
unfortunate
Swanson
events?
too?
Hey Peter.
Hey, boo.
He was, and I don't know about the Lemony Snicket stuff. He was
I don't know about that
the live action Tick in the live action Tick.
Yep.
Hey, Peter.
Yes, he played the Tick in the Tick.
Yeah,
The
underrated
Is that
television
the-
show.
Is
That's
that the
titular
starring
role.
show?
That's it.
Is that the starring role, or is it
No,
a
actually.
side character?
In the Tick,
Yeah,
I think it's the titular role.
I'm
Nice.
not going to respond to that because I assume you are being sarcastic.
Facetious. Are you being facetious, Dayman?
But so
Sure.
I joined the league. I got messages from I think the Phillies. I think there was another team that I'm forgetting. Maybe the Mets. And so I wasn't entirely sure where I was going to get drafted, and I was actually pretty surprised I was drafted in the first round, even though it was technically like pick 34 because of like a compensation pick or something.
yeah.
To the A's because I knew Mark just like from the Pioneers.
Right.
Otherwise, I'm probably not drafted there if I didn't play in MLN, which he's pretty much said as much. And then our GM is Six, who is also from MLN, but he's
There you go.
yeah. I like never interacted with him at the time,
Yeah.
so I'm guessing Mark did a
Also,
lot of carrying.
Also, well, I guess I don't know how long Bob's been on the A's, but he's also a GM in MLN. Penguin.
I think after the I'll just say the incident.
Oh no.
I think the only two people left on the A's are Six and Teddy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bob was somewhere else last
Yeah.
season. Yeah, almost positive.
Quick,
Or a
get the
penguin.
transactions log.
To the transaction log. Wow, you
bet
guys
it
are on
is.
that.
Have to be. It's like
Why aren't we that coordinated for the fucking roll call on any goddamn episode?
Because you're the
because
only
the-
one who cares.
Yeah.
Actually, real quick, the other
Uh,
team was I think the Expos because Duck went to the
Hey-o.
Pioneers, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
I know Duck from there.
Dodged that bullet.
Ow. How
Shout out Duck.
Shout out
Oh,
Doug.
I love Duck. Duck was
I love
hilarious.
that. And Emerson is also great.
Ron Emerson.
I can't think of
Yes.
anybody else currently on the Expos, but it doesn't matter.
You-
Dodge that bullet. I'll say it
Kiwi.
again.
Randall
think Emerson-
Peppers. Shout
I
out
think
Randall
Emerson
Peppers.
was also on the Pioneers, if I'm not mistaken.
Catboy Frank. You're just gonna forget about that?
I'm Jay.
I'm trying my best.
Shout out Randall
Oof.
Peppers. How about that? There you go.
I do like Randall
Oh.
Peppers.
We love Randall.
Fellow FCB GM.
Yes.
Say co-GM.
Correct.
I don't want to start that fucking debate thing.
What debate is that? Started.
There is a difference.
Apparently there is a difference.
Between.
Many things, but in this instance, co-GMs and GMs.
Yes, there is. For one, co-GMs didn't get to be Never mind. Cut
Yep.
that.
Man, you're going to start me down a thing. You're going to start me down a thing.
Oh, no.
I won't say anything more. We don't need to cut.
There is like a 70% possibility I'm going to go off on a tirade. Not just because I'm in that mood. And I'm trying to. I almost said something to you guys earlier about it. Thank you, Leo. You want me to go on a Leo tirade too?
What did I do?
I don't know. You're chatty over there. You're
I
chatty.
tend
You're
to do
chatty.
that on this.
You're
I
chatty
do that
enough
on a
to be.
podcast.
Wow. How dare you talk, Leo?
How dare you?
I tend to do that on a
podcast.
How are you doing, Leo?
I'm fine. I didn't realize this was my episode now.
Every episode is the Leo episode.
Leo, how did you find MLR?
This has been answered many times.
Kries, do you have questions for Leopold while we were doing this?
No. Oh no! Those are for the end. Those are
fuck,
for
marry,
the end.
kill.
I already established that on the Luigi
Dude,
episode.
So maybe it's changed.
Our relationships are constantly evolving, such
I
that
don't remember
our
any of
attractions
my
and
answer.
bonds.
I don't remember my answer other than I married Dayman.
That's
I have
all
to-
I remember too.
I have to.
Well, I
imagine
remember Leo.
I have to
Probably
imagine
killed Chalk.
Yeah, I was about to say I have to imagine I fucked my boss. For the
Quid pro quo, baby.
Yeah,
Always get a
You know.
leg up.
yeah, just for the.
No, there's more than a leg that was up. I'll tell you that.
Nice.
That's a good
Wow.
one. That's a good one.
okay.
That was a good one. It was seamless.
So,
Almost like
what's
the
the
script.
story of your name, Kries?
All right. So I was kind of like beating around the bush, but so my name's Chris, and
None of that when that me and Stupido were together, unfortunately.
my name's Chris, and
I'm from New Jersey, and welcome to my crib.
I'm MLR's most eligible bachelor. No, but
No.
I took German in high school, and I have like German ancestry, but like I'm like American. Like how when an American's like, oh, I'm German. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So my
Well,
friends
the
would.
time period of that
Yeah,
really matters. Are you like my family came over in the 1890s? Are you like
No, it's
like
it's like
my
I think my
family
great
really
grandmother
liked South America and the
I think
My
forties.
my parents came over in
Oh, wait a minute.
1946.
My
Yeah,
family's Argentinian.
they went to Argentina first, and then they got a job at NASA.
It sounds like something my friends would say, which is what I'm gonna get to. But
Oh no.
Whoa.
I would just like to say, like, I'm German, right? Whatever. I'm not a Verbu or whatever by any means, if you know what that is.
Oh, what?
So,
what?
do you know what a weeaboo is?
I have a. Oh, yeah.
A
Unfortunately.
weeb? Yes.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
weeb,
So
yeah.
then a Verbu is somebody that's obsessed with like Germany and stuff. You get it?
I see.
I'm
Yeah,
so
dude.
fucking lost in this
I'm
conversation.
just
A
so
weeaboo is somebody who loves Japan way
Yeah.
too much.
And then a Verbu is a play on a weeaboo, except for Germany, because it's spelt WEHR.
And W in
Oh.
German is pronounced with a V.
Yeah.
W.
There.
Anyway, so
I am
people-
so upset about this conversation right now.
listen, so how I got my name is a bit of a stretch. So one of my friends would just jokingly call me like a German name, which was Kristenhoff or Kristenhoff, depending on how you want to pronounce it. So I
There's
took
no
that
difference,
name and
fine.
I just made it my username just because I couldn't think of another username. And we did a super mega baseball league or whatever, where like you create your own teams and stuff and your own players. And so I would always use like Chris Kristenhoff as like a name, except the team I made in Super Mega Baseball was just different versions of me, like from jokes or inside jokes or whatever. And one of the players just happened to be Kries von Kriestalhauser or whatever. And
So you're
it's
telling
literally
me
just
that
a
there-
rip straight off of that.
There was a team, and it was like Kries Kriestalhauser.
Listen,
Kristoff,
I don't like to give myself like credit for being funny, but it was more creative than that. All right.
Okay, I feel.
It's just I would
Yeah,
if I
there's some
explained it to
inside
him,
jokes
you
in
guys
there.
you probably wouldn't understand any of the jokes.
Well, you're obviously
I
not very
gotcha.
proud of your German heritage because you did
No.
like basic ass German names. I guess that's good. I guess in this sense.
Hey, laid him out.
Is there? Yeah. What name would you choose, Chalk? What German name?
Hans.
Probably my actual name because it's pretty fucking German.
Remind me to just
Chalk?
insert like a beep right there, so it makes it seem like somebody said it, but like nobody really said anything.
Do it. That actually.
Okay.
Yeah. And then everybody will be like, "What the fuck was that?"
Your Discord
did-
better be in light mode, by the way, Dayman.
Oh no.
It's not.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry.
Never is.
Transition
I
now.
haven't even gotten to that question.
I think I've talked about this, but like
Quick.
my name is a euphemism in Germany for a specific, like for it's a vulgar euphemism. It's not like super vulgar, but it's vulgar-ish.
It'd be like if your name
First
was
and last
Richard or
name.
something.
Roughly. But more explicit. It'd be more like the Dick, and
The dick.
the Dick, if more like a name Dick. And I had to go over to Europe a couple of times, and it's hard to get housing in these university towns because they're fucking university towns, and housing is expensive and difficult to find. And so I'm trying to like get an apartment, and I'm trying to like get a language school to let me like pay with the whatever weird process I'd use for my university to pay for it. And they're like, "Get out of here! You're not a real person." Like numerous times.
Oh,
'Cause my last
Your
name-
last name is
Yeah.
like translated to like dickhead or like some shit like that.
Dick works.
Like-
Dick works. Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
fucking sucks. Just like, yeah, okay, nice to meet you, Mister fucking
Butts.
jack off.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, nice to meet you too. Yeah, get fucked. And you're like, no, I'm a homeless American in Germany.
That's my
Please
name.
help.
well, and then like
Please
I'll be in a
help.
formal setting, and someone will be like, Dick or whatever it is." I'm like, I can't tell if you're fucking with me or you're being.
Yeah.
I can't, because I don't know. Like
It's
I don't know Germans that well.
They know
so-
you don't. They know
Yeah,
you don't know. So in
exactly.
their mind, they're over here just like, hey, this fucker doesn't even fucking know. I just call him
Yeah.
a fucking bitch,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Some fucking like aristocratic bullshit.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. So that was the chalk segment episode.
So what do you have some MLR highlights, Kries? Did you do any good this season?
Oh
Did you
boy.
do any
Did you
good?
do any
No, not really. My batting average was in the hundreds at one point. I have like 4 home
That's
runs
not
though,
great.
which is my highlight. I
4 home runs. That's nice.
Yeah, no,
You're a slugger.
Yeah, dude, no home runs in MLN, but I come here and I can hit home runs for some reason.
What's
Oh.
your batting type?
There's a good reason as to why you probably get.
What was it? Would you ask, Chuck?
What's your batting type?
Actually,
Max
basic power
homers.
maybe.
Someone just DM him, but
I think it. No,
I got you.
Hang on. I was about to say I can do that, but never mind.
Well,
It. What was I gonna say?
man, when's the last time I talked to Bud?
I think my highlight was. Oh God, we were playing against the Astros and we were down by 2, and this is while we were still in the playoff race because unfortunately we were eliminated. But
Aren't we
I hit
all?
a game-tying home
No, we
run.
are not all.
Anyway,
Basic power
It is
is
basic
your
power.
batting type.
You basic.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but oh,
We'll,
Jesus.
we'll ask Raj.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Raj,
missed the
Raj.
Raj episode, unfortunately.
What's your Raj war?
Don't look at that. That's probably terrible.
Cut
this part out.
0.06.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Since
I can't
Rod
know
is
I
the
made-
league statistician now, is all war Raj war?
Yes. Well, I think
whoa.
the stats you look at still say war, but on the back end, like they have Raj war available. Does that make sense?
Is that how it works?
So if you look at your player stats, that's war, not Raj war.
Okay.
But
If you want
Raj
your-
war
if you
is
want your Raj
available
war, go ask
and
him.
is used like in awards ceremony or for our awards association and such.
Got it. Nicely done.
It you know,
Can't
season
see
could have been better so far, but I hit
It's
that.
okay, buddy.
I hit a 2-run game-tying home run when we were in the playoff race, and
That's pretty good.
I believe
Nice.
Penguin on our team. He's the manager of the MLN Miami. He said I get 2 get out of jail free cards when he's going to make fun of me for using light mode. So I got that, which was nice. Which is really better than
2 days worth.
positive Raj War.
Unfortunately, Penguin is not on this podcast, and when we ask about that, there's no such get out of jail free card.
It
I would just use it up an hour
dude,
later.
I get bullied on the A's so hard. It not in like an actual like harmful way, but
Mm.
it's
Blink
just the
twice,
entire
blink,
team
need
just
help.
taking
Yeah, I
shots
was
at me.
literally blink twice if you're actually serious.
Oh, dude, Six and I are so mean to each other. It's really funny.
Blink light mode in Morse code.
Yeah, we can't see him because it's too light.
When so Team GM is obviously 6. when I messaged one time and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to a comedy show. I might not be able to swing like right away." And he's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. The result would be a joke anyway."
That hurts.
Ow.
No, it was really fucking funny.
Pretty fire, actually.
Ow.
The shit we say to each other is really funny. Like,
all right, Dayman.
It keeps fucking moving.
Dude, there's something wrong with that ledge. I don't know why those jumpers.
That ledge isn't great.
This is the first time that's ever happened to me.
Game.
It's so inconsistent.
Oh, that was bullshit.
You can't go too fast over those hops, or
You
you hit
can't.
the
Not
ledge.
over the first one.
Shit.
I feel like I've never hit that ledge before, and I hit it 4 times.
Like I'm gonna fucking remember that the next time I play that hole.
We know you won't.
Yeah.
How did you get
Mr. Light
stranded in the
mode.
middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania?
So,
I
mean, all of Pennsylvania is nowhere Pennsylvania, but
There's definitely somewhere Pennsylvania.
no,
It's Philly.
Is there somewhere?
I was actually coming from Philly, but
Pittsburgh.
so
West
that
Virginia?
aforementioned comedy show, I went to
Born
see.
and raised.
What was that?
Oh. I'm just naming.
Okay.
Leo and I are
Pennsylvania.
rapping over here.
I went to see. I'm terrible with his last name. I think it's pronounced Bargatze. Nate Bargatze. Yeah, there you go, Bargatze.
Yeah, he's good. Well,
Yeah.
he's got like the same show every time I see a special one, but yeah.
Yeah, no, he kind of does, but you know, he plays his
it's a good
character
show.
really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's so good at doing it that it's like the same thing every time, but it's always funny. And so I have a friend that lives in Villanova. I went down there. We went to the show, and I was like, all right, time to drive home, and I don't particularly live very close. So I was driving home at like 10, maybe. I probably left his house. And at like 11:30, I saw like the battery light come on in my car, and I was like, "Oh, I just got a new battery. I have no idea what that light is. Like, I don't even know what that
that's
means."
not good.
Yeah, I'm not great with cars. I'm like, I've never seen that, so
means
hopefully it's
your
nothing.
Alternators fucked.
No, it actually wasn't. So
Oh.
it
Let the man
I was
go
like,
now.
all right, I don't know what that means. My car's still driving. I'll see how long I can push this for.
Yeah.
It's always a tried and true plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't
What
want
are
to be
you
stuck
gonna
in
do
nowhere,
about it?
Works
Pennsylvania.
almost all the time,
Yeah.
So I was like, all right,
It works when
I'll-
it does, except for when it doesn't.
except when it doesn't.
which in this time. So I was like, all right, I'll go.
Foreshadowing.
I'll make it. I'm confident. Like, I'll fix it when I get home. I'm like driving for another minute. I'm like, let me just look at the
Who's gonna-
temperature gauge just in case. And it was
Who's gonna tell him?
You're an officer.
anyway.
There
So did that go?
Yeah, you're good
Yeah,
now.
you're good now. Okay, so temp gauge starts popping
Yeah.
out.
It's like all the way up and then some. Like it's past.
Oh, yeah,
the-
I've been there. Yeah. Past the
Yeah.
H. Always a good spot.
Yeah. No, I was like, all right. I have to pull
The
over.
radiator or something? What happened?
So what ended up
Let him
happening?
finish.
Yeah. I'll get there. You gotta ride the journey like I did. I want you guys to
Okay,
experience the pain and
fair.
suffering I had to.
All
So,
right.
Okay. Fair.
I'm sitting on the side of the highway. Scared to
dude,
death.
highway is such a gracious term for this road. It was a 1-lane highway.
Oh
And
my god.
So there's like 5. There was no cars on it at this time, by the way. By now it's like 11 o'clock, like 11:30.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm listening to your story. I've just shot it off the end of this fucking hole 7 times in a row. Wow, I'm about to go fucking insane. Oh,
Quick, do it
sorry,
again.
Kries, go ahead.
Do it
No,
one more
that's
time.
fine. So I'm still driving. I have to pull over now because it's actually like a problem, and I don't know enough about cars to know if I'm gonna like ruin my car, which I would have. So I pull off into this, like, I wouldn't even call it a parking lot. It was just like there was like 2 buildings on the side of the road with just like asphalt, and I was like, all right, let me park here. I walk out, I open up my hood, and I look at it, and I'm like sitting there for a second, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Like, I don't know why I did this.
Yeah.
It's not like I'd be able to diagnose anything. I don't know anything about
Right.
cars.
Leo,
Yep.
Right.
Good job, Leo.
Double
tied for
first.
first.
Drop 33, tied for first.
I'm looking at it like a fucking UFO. Like, what even is
Yeah,
this shit?
I open it up. I'm like, yep, that's the engine.
This is
And-
my
Yeah,
car.
okay, yeah. Yeah, that's the engine. Yeah.
This is a
Toolbox.
car. Yep,
AKA
goes room.
wallet.
So at first I heard a bunch of wacky noises, which I guess was the like water or something bubbling. I don't know. I don't know anything about cars. But at first I thought it was like a live animal, so I'm like trying to look in there, like with the
First I
flash.
thought it was a live animal.
Yeah. So I was like,
I don't know
There's a
anything about
squirrel in
cars.
there.
I thought the fucking monkey running my car died.
there was like some weird like banging noise. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna look around and see if I see an animal. Which if I did, I don't know what I would have done.
Just imagine, just like a crowbar in his fucking hand, popping the hood. Like
I assume you'd have grabbed your magic wand and cast the spell because you're living in a fucking fantasy world where animals run your car.
Yeah, like, why would there be a fucking animal in your car? I don't know anything about cars. I shall revert to what I do know. Animals.
So you go into survival mode.
Crack the hood.
The dolphin broke. I don't know how to fix a dolphin.
Oh. He popped the hood and said, "Isn't there supposed to be a hamster on a wheel?"
Exactly, yeah. No, here's the hamster. That's not a.
Shit,
that's
there's
the
two
Geo,
hamsters.
Yeah. Must be a
Okay,
fucking
so
Kia Soul.
There wasn't a live animal in there. Congratulations.
Well, no, and
Good
there also
start.
wasn't a dead one. I looked for that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would have
Yep,
smelled
that
like
one would have been a real problem.
cooking meat.
Yeah,
That would have been a
just fucking I'm
tasty
boiling
snack.
a raccoon or a squirrel in my engine.
Yeah.
So that wasn't there, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll call my dad because I've never used AAA before.
He just like be for real.
Yeah, it's
AAA
like-
is clutch.
Can I tell you how many
but-
times I've like fixed something myself, like a dead battery or like a tire or something, and then gone and gotten it replaced at AutoZone, and then remembered I have AAA? Fucking sucks. I fucking hate it.
I'd never used it before, so I was like, I don't know how this goes. And he's like, yeah, just call the number on the card. And I was like, all right. So I do that, and they're like, oh, we can have a tow truck out to you in 76 minutes. My dad initially told me, he's like, yeah, it's going to be 25 minutes. They told me 76, and I like swallowed for a second. I was like silent. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
I mean, what are you gonna fucking say? Like,
Yeah,
no.
like, oh, yeah, well, I'll walk. Like, I'll push my car back home. Like, I'm not going to fucking
Yeah.
do that.
Put it in neutral. Start pushing.
I thought about it at one point because she said
Oh,
76 minutes. So I'm like, okay, I get all the text messages and stuff. I verify where I'm at, all that. And then I'm sitting in here. I'm like on Discord and stuff, because I expect 76 minutes. I could do that. It wasn't 76 minutes. She lied. What it was they forgot and just never sent a tow truck.
Oh shit!
Oh Jesus!
So,
Really?
Yeah, no. So I'm like starting to get mad. So I waited till like 96 minutes because I'm a gentleman.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
at this
I'm
point,
a gentleman.
I'm a gentleman.
Don't want
At this point, it was like
the guy that's hauling your car.
it was 12:56 in the morning at this point, and I'm in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's near me. I've had to pee twice already. I will have to pee a total of 3 times while I'm stranded.
At least you didn't have to shit.
Yeah, no, I
This is
would have.
P2 of 3 while stranded.
I would have been fucked. No, I peed a
You've
lot.
gone to piss 3 times during this harrowing adventure.
I should be alive.
The
Look,
time's
they're
now
giving you-
12:56. I've had to
Chris, they're
take my
giving you shit,
contacts
but
out.
I'm a nervous peer too, so don't worry about
No,
it.
I wasn't
Yeah,
nervous.
oh,
That's the
me-
thing. I thought I had a UTI, but I like it didn't.
Oh my
Chalk,
god!
by
Wait a
this
minute.
You're an
point,
optimist, I see. Got it.
I'm not even joking. 9 times. I've peed 9 times that day.
Very hydrated.
Yeah, no.
That's a separate but equal story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I go to the gym and I overhydrate. All right.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
Go to the
Fair
gym.
enough.
Respect.
Yeah,
Fair
that completes my goal of mentioning I work out. All right, so
Take that box.
I peed a lot. I was scared I was gonna like some person in the middle of nowhere would see me. I don't know why I thought that. I was there for another 25 minutes because I had to call back and I'd be like,
Right.
"Hey, I'm still here," and they're like, "Oh, the tow truck should have been there at 12:36," and I was like, "Yeah, well, they're not. I'm still here," and they're like, "All right, we'll send somebody." And I was like, "You mean it this time?" And then they hung up.
You mean it this time?
mean it this
time.
So sad.
And then you
was-
just, hello?
Dang, man.
Hey, man, play
Gotta
the
go.
game.
Take a turn.
I had to.
I really want to know how you're not in the hole of the one that makes you go into a hole. That was
But you
impressive.
the
Get-
camera was zoomed out. I forgot I hadn't played.
I forgot to add that I was hung up on and transferred twice, and I was being very polite. Like I didn't raise my
That's-
voice at all.
Can't
That's
do it.
crazy,
It doesn't
dude.
do good anyways, right?
And no,
So-
Yeah.
but I've never had that experience with AAA. Continue. We'll discuss AAA
Yeah.
later.
I'm guessing she just forgot, and I was like, okay, whatever. I called back. I get transferred, and then I tell the exact same thing. This person seems like a supervisor. I'm like, what's your name? I give her my name. I hear some typing. I'm like, yes, she's typing, and she's like, okay, let me put you on hold. And then the call just drops, and I was like, all right.
Yep.
So I call back again, and if you've ever called AAA, you have to like talk into your phone. And it's like, do you live in New Jersey, or are you in New Jersey right now? And I'm like, no. And it's like, what state are you in? I'm like, Pennsylvania. Before it even stops.
Fucking voice recognition is the worst fucking thing ever.
Yeah, no.
hates it. My dad fucking hates it, and he speaks so
Oh my
aggressively and gruff into it, and it doesn't pick it up, and it just pisses him off more.
So
Son, I must be your father because that is me. I hate it so. My wife will take the phone from me because I'm yelling at it. Like at the
Exactly.
pharmacy, I'm just like,
Fucking
pharmacy!
it was the same way. It's like
From the guy who goes, okay, I don't
We're
believe it.
gonna hang up now.
Just yelling German swear words into the fucking phone.
I don't
It's
even know
his
German
last
swear
name.
words. I'm just yelling very simple German sentences like, "Du bist ein Arschloch!" I do know one swear word apparently. So yeah.
Okay, so anyways, you're with fucking AAA. Like, you're finally fucking talking to them. Call fucking drops. You're finally talking to them again.
and I think they might have transferred me back to the same woman, but by this point I was so tired. I had to take my contacts out of my eyes and just put them outside my car. For some reason I brought glasses because apparently I can see the future, and I knew that my night was ruined.
Just had a fucking feeling.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna be stranded on the side of the road for a while tonight. So
I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need this.
yeah,
Glasses kind of incident.
yeah. So
for sure.
so I just, if somebody goes there, there's just gonna be two dried contacts in the middle of the parking lot.
and a puddle of piss. Someone's gonna be like,
puddle.
man's hopes
No.
were fucking shattered here.
Not one, multiple.
Yeah.
Two of
So finally, they're like, we'll send a tow truck to you. It's 25 minutes away. And this time I got like a tracking thing. Like, you ever order Domino's and you could track your driver and you could stalk him?
Yeah.
Well, I got
Yeah.
that, but for a tow truck. And
Nice.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna fucking watch this, like stare at it. And sure enough, it was getting closer. So I was like, all right, I'm saved. He finally gets there. He's like, yeah, I'm a tow truck driver. I'm like, yeah, I can
I'm
tell.
a tow truck driver.
And
this is fortuitous.
yeah, I was like,
Perfect.
awesome,
I
just
need
what I
one of
needed.
those.
What a coincidence. He's like, does it drive? And I was like, yeah, kinda. He's like, all right, I got to drive it on the bed. And I was like, you do you, man. I don't know anything about tow trucks. You
I'm
got
not a
it.
tow truck driver.
I was like,
Yeah.
Why I'm waiting for you.
You need my key? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, stupid question. So I handed him my keys. He drives my car up onto the ramp, hooks it up. He opens the door and literally says to me, "Your chariot awaits." And I was like, "Thanks."
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Did he like, give you a single rose at that moment?
He's a gentleman, guys.
He's a
He's
gentleman.
a fucking gentleman.
Crease, you did say you were single.
Crease, you're not a gentleman. This guy is.
Yeah.
Hang on, real quick for the Oakland A's server. I made a joke that I blew him when he dropped me off. I did not blow the tow truck driver. I promise. I know
You
me
heard it
saying
here
all the
first.
previous sentences. I didn't
over pants.
Tom
I don't
Drive
know.
exclusive.
Yeah,
I did not
Crease
do
actually
anything
did not
to the
blow
tow truck
the
driver.
tow truck driver.
Oh, that in newsroom.
Just
Yeah.
because, like, I said something.
Post.
I said something like, "Oh, I don't even remember what I said. I said something like, "Oh, and I got to the gas station or whatever, and I didn't do anything to the tow truck driver, like anything with him." And Six was like, "It really sounds like you did something with the tow truck driver." It's like, Six, I literally said I did not blow the tow truck driver after you dropped me off. And
Cannot stress enough how
But it
little
was
I
on
did
your
with
mind. You felt the need to bring it up without anybody asking.
Teddy was immediately just like, "Oh, all right then," and I was like, "Oh my god, now I look like I actually like fucking like I don't think he realizes I was
You're
joking."
like, everybody
I
in this
cannot
server
stress
thinks that
enough.
I fucking did that now. Thanks.
All
Oh
right,
my
here's
God.
another fucking warning, I guess, before we go on. 90% of the stuff I say in any of the Discords, I'm joking. All right, like I can't stress that enough. When I say I requested trade from the A's, that's a joke. Like,
Oh,
because
When I
Breaking
when I
news.
say I think my car right on
let
like
Don
small
know.
mammals, is that true?
I mean,
I'll remember this wind.
Okay, but have you figured out what's wrong with your car?
Yeah,
That's more what
yeah. Let
I'm
me get
invested
to that.
in.
So I get into
Maybe
the
cars.
tow truck with him, and I'm like, all right, my phone's almost dead. I can just kind of relax. I'm exhausted. 2 seconds in, like to the drive, the dude immediately goes, "Oh, so what do you do for work?" And I was like, "Fuck, this dude's gonna talk to me."
small talk.
Yeah, I was like,
You're like,
I mean, it's only polite after you blew them.
It's also 1:30 in the morning. What else is he gonna do?
yeah, I'm exhausted.
Turn on the
And
radio.
It's
I was
that
like,
or
he's
die in a
getting his
fiery
dick
car
sucked, so
crash
let's go.
when he's fucking asleep at the wheel.
So I'm not going to go into depth with this, but I was like, my work thing's confusing. I think Damon kind of gets the gist of what I'm
I
totally doing / not doing for work. But that goes on. He really doesn't stop talking. I know he had 6 daughters, 2 sets of twins.
Oh my God. Jesus, that's a productive man.
28, dude. This tow truck driver's wife is like an OBGYN. And her dad was like
is she like stealing kids?
Fuck the tow truck driver. I'm not talking about him. Anyway, you can tell I spent way too much time with this man.
What did her dad do?
He bought and sold steel or something and was like a $50 million millionaire.
Emphasizes your point of like, this motherfucker would not shut the fuck up.
Dude, he's
doing this as a hobby.
1:30 in the yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
No, it was a pride thing. It was a pride thing.
And he got one apparently.
Yeah.
No, he drove me home. It wouldn't be free. He gave me work for the.
He gave me work. Police officer. It's not.
He worked for it. It was actually a pride thing. He explained because his father-in-law is like ridiculous and nice. And I said the boomer thing. I was like, "Wow, normally your father-in-law sucks or whatever. You must be the first guy, whatever." And yeah, this guy's life was perfect, and here I am, like, yeah, cool. Can I go home?
Like, on it, yeah.
My fucking car is fucked, dude. Like,
yeah,
I just sat in the middle of nowhere for 2.5 hours.
I don't think he knew that. Like, I don't think he realized how long I was waiting for.
Yeah, probably not. Because he didn't get called the first time, so he don't.
Allegedly. So he has to drive me back across state lines. Which, fun fact for everybody listening,
FBI.
You have to pay in cash apparently to a tow truck driver to pay for the toll. I don't know if that's real or if you just scammed me from $20, but I gave him $20 cash.
His dad's a $50 millionaire, so
yeah, I don't know.
That's his fucking trap card, though. He's like, I already played my pot of greed. You think I don't need your money? Here I am scamming tolls. He wasn't even a tow truck driver.
He dropped it off at a shop, and I was like, all right, I can walk home from here. It's not bad. And he's like, oh, but you never know. It's dangerous at night. And I was like, I kind of do, but okay, sure.
Caresses your shoulder.
Yeah. And next thing I knew, both of his hands were on me. So,
oh my God.
He drops me off at,
him.
He pulls me up to my house and he was like, all right, you got to pay for the tolls. And I'm like, all right, how much is it? And he's like, $20. And I'm like, all right. And then there was like a pause. I'm like, was it got to be cash? And he's like, yeah, I only do cash. And I was like, all right. Like, what if I didn't have $20? I probably would be stuck in his dick then, which I didn't do. And
did you ask him, what would you do if I didn't have cash? Because
no,
I would ask that.
No, I was pretty comfortable. All right, I'm not comfortable in a gay way with this guy, but I was comfortable enough to I would have asked that.
You were like, this would have to be a pretty elaborate story for this guy to be like telling me all this shit this whole time just for him to murder me or something. I don't know.
This guy's life was so perfect that I really questioned if it's like a thing amongst tow truck drivers to just lie and make your life seem as good as possible to people they're picking up. Because this guy's life, he did it for pride because his father-in-law set him up with this business and he felt like he had to prove that he wasn't given everything by his father-in-law.
So I'm going to do the thing my father-in-law gave me to do.
So anyway, to finally get to the end of the story, my car, the water pump seized and broke the belt on it.
Oh. That makes sense actually.
Yeah, so could have been worse.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So just like a belt replacement. That's not too bad.
I think they had it was $500 for.
What type of car do you have?
I have a Toyota Corolla, so
yeah, the water was just right on the front. So
as soon as the tow truck pulled up, I was like, I know exactly what this guy's gonna say to me. He's like, "Oh, Corolla, you don't really see many of these." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Just get me in your fucking truck."
You don't see a lot of Toyota Corollas?
Well, because they're very reliable.
On the tow truck.
Oh, got it. I'm sorry. I was about to say, I think I see them all the time.
Dude, I have had so many fucking issues with exactly what you're saying of being stranded on the side of the road for forever after my car overheats because of something like that. So many times I can't even count. It is the worst feeling ever.
That was first time I've ever had to do that, which,
I
mean, I guess it could have been worse, could have been better.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend.
I mean, one time, let's see, what was it? On the 69 Chevy I had, my fucking...
Nice.
Nice. It wasn't the water pump, but it was it's something...
You don't know shit about cars, you're just 69.
Nice. It is the best year. The water pump didn't seize, but one of the like something on like the bottom end of the water pump, it's called like, I can't even remember what it's called. It's just like a piece inside of it got fucked up, and it did like the exact same thing where it just like freezes all your pulleys, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I think I just broke my belt, and then you go to start again and you're like, wait a second, this shit is fucked. Like,
Yeah, it
stuck in so many.
It was just a cool
drive-thrus and
problem
shit.
for me, so I could still drive the car short distances. Which after they canceled me for the first time, I was freezing in my car. Like, it was really cold.
Yeah, no
And
heater.
I thought about just being like, all right, I could just drive the car until it overheats, and I'll slowly make my way back home. And
Yeah, I mean,
Might have been faster.
it might have been.
it just depends. Like, technically, like your engine should shut off. Like, just laws of physics of like gas. Like, your engine should vapor lock itself before it gets so hot that you start like melting shit. But like, you just never fucking know, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oddly, this is like an oddly timed story because literally yesterday my girlfriend came home from getting coffee and she was like,
Oh
my
no.
heater's not working, and like my car smells weird, and she rolls up and I immediately was just like, oh, before I even she even rolled the window down, I was like, your car's overheating. I know that smell anywhere because it's happened to me so many fucking times. Like being in an old truck with like shit, like their coolant systems are just shit, and it's fucking 95 degrees outside, and you've like hot rodded the motor out, like they just get so fucking hot. And so I was like, I know exactly what the problem is, and like
Nice
she
shot,
gets
Mika.
out, like cools
Drop
off.
it
I
in
like
that damn hole.
You just like right in.
did like the same shit of just like I popped open the motor, and it's a Mazda, and like even for like someone like me, like I've rebuilt like multiple cars, like 3 cars, like full frame off, like motor rebuilds, and like worked on like countless other ones. Even opening like it's a 2012 Mazda, like opening it, I was just like, yep, that's a motor.
Yep.
Like, it's like, because like they are like, unless you're a fucking Mazda technician or like a Toyota technician, like it is really confusing. Like even me, someone who's rebuilt a bunch of that shit, I have to sit there and be like, okay, this is the top end, and like the better thing is like I know what everything is like somewhat called, you know. I'm just like, okay, this is power steering shit, these have tubes that go to the fucking transmission, blah blah blah, like it's going to the gearbox. But still, like I did the same shit, and it was like a coolant hose that came off, but I had that same exact thought. I'm just like, that's a motor if I've ever seen one. Hell yeah, cool, that's checked. Looks bolted in, good.
All right,
Nice,
motor's
perfect.
there. Check.
That's there.
This is a car.
Yeah.
Check.
We gotta take her car to the shop tomorrow because something is still fucked up with it. What I did not fix it.
After they fixed my car, they naturally were like, "Oh yeah, your brakes are also fucked," and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, so my car's back in the shop now to get new brakes.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm
it's
gonna
all
be in the same boat tomorrow. Love that.
You do.
I love it as much as you like Discord dark mode.
I don't think that's true.
So, since we're here, what the fuck? You requested that this be recorded in light mode
I did.
because
We refuse
you
to do.
like light
Technically,
mode.
I forgot.
You
So,
refuse, Damien.
Okay.
in the words of Damon, no bullshit, just facts. FAX. Defend your light mode usage.
I don't think I created that state. I don't think you should be quoting me for that.
Now,
Rob's an
You-
old man. It's the first time he's heard it.
so
okay.
dude,
No phone,
every time I post a
just facts.
screenshot on the A server, it's just open season.
Good for them.
So
Yeah, I kind of want to join the A's now, and I love the
Right.
Phillies.
so the lore behind why I use it is just because I think Skype was light mode back in the day. Maybe there was a dark mode, but the default was light. And when Discord came out, I was like, oh, light mode. I'll just keep it on because I'm used to
Neat.
it. Yeah, I was like, neat. So
I'm
I was
sorry,
like, all right. And
the
Wow, my
habit
retinas
started
love
with
this.
Skype. Skype was the software. You're like, I want to emulate Skype.
well,
This is
because
a wonderful user experience.
no, Skype's absolutely terrible, and it's a great thing that
Garbage.
it's kind of disappeared. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yes,
The
And-
UI was like so terrible.
But
Yeah.
I was that's
and
what I was
that dictates your UI preferences going forward.
Well, I use light mode on literally everything, I'm sorry for whose ever heart I just broke with that. But
Everyone's.
Your
yeah,
mother, first and foremost, I assume.
Any future
I bet his mom
partners?
uses light mode.
those
You
are
bet-
different
you
issues.
bet
We'll
what,
talk about later,
Damien?
I bet that she uses light mode. Purely because I'm gonna assume that Kreese's mom is old enough to just like not really understand the difference between that shit or care.
Nah,
Just,
my
Yeah.
mom works in like IT. I'm sure she
okay, gotcha.
she probably actually I don't know. Who knows? I'll go look at her Facebook.
Because like
sometime.
my mom used to like work in like IT and like a really big microprocessor manufacturer, and she's still like, I'm sure if I asked her, she'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
My dad did IT for the railroad, and yeah, he's not always. Well,
Singular.
there's like three, but
yeah,
Union
that's,
Pacific.
That's the.
He worked for Union Pacific, so But he-
used dark mode.
I honestly wonder how he gets by with all technology that he uses. Because I watch
Yeah,
it. Honestly, I feel like if I stripped away the UI and gave him like a DOS command, he'd be fine. Because he like worked in that shit, I think. But it's just really bad.
Ooh.
That was a dick move.
that was a dick
Who
move. my
was
guy.
that?
He did it after I fucking shot too.
Right
so my
after
ball
you
was already
shot.
on the fucking way.
I remember once made it across that bridge, but still, that's a dick
Oh my
move, man. Maybe this was
God, I was
time.
going right
Worst
in.
part is
You-
you're the
you
only
did
one
it.
who hit it.
I know.
No, it wasn't me. It was Dayman.
It was me.
Oh, Dayman hit it.
Yeah.
Dude, my dad is so fucking funny with technology. Like, he kind of lives in the middle of nowhere, like in the mountains, and he used to
You
just
live
have
in
like
the middle of
Verizon.
nowhere.
No, but he really like he lives in like a place with like the entire county has like 2,000 people that live in it, and it's a large county. But like he just used to have like Verizon 5G, like their sort of shit, and eventually he got Starlink, and he refuses to call it Starlink. He just calls it the Elon.
Oh god.
Elon shit. And
I
like
can picture that.
I will say it is pretty fucking good. Like it's so like I remember going to his house and being like, dude, this fucking sucks. Like there's literally because like on the weekends when more people from who don't live there like go to vacation, like it would get really slow.
Oh.
And then he got Starlink and it's like pretty fucking good now. And he just says that shit relentlessly. The Elon.
Elon.
And his second favorite thing is a few years ago now, he figured out like streaming sites, like pirating for like sports. So like
boy.
whenever he's not home, he's always like, "Hey, I have to work this afternoon. Like, send me a link for the NASCAR race." And he fucking loves that shit. And he taught all of his coworkers. He works for the transportation department, and there's like 5 of them that work in like where he lives, and they're all like old guys. And he taught them all how to fucking do it. And so, like, it's just like, he's like, "Oh, yeah, we're just sitting around watching fucking NASCAR race or whatever the fuck is on." It's just like 60-year-old dudes watching fucking pirated sports online. He can't get to the website and, like, get it himself, but, like, he can do the, like, open the link, tap play, close the new window, tap play again, sort of shit, you know?
Get
I can only imagine the shit on his computer now.
Yeah.
It's always
Makes me
on
a
his
little
phone.
scared.
Always on his phone.
Okay.
Which
It's
is
just streaming.
totally a
That
better
shit's
place.
safe.
Is it?
Phones are
Not if you
fine.
click the wrong link.
Phones are a little safer than
Very true, but like you're I don't think your fucking phone is gonna necessarily get some shit from that.
So illegal streaming. Speak clearly into the microphone. What sites do you guys use?
Oh, that's disgusting. Please let me know so I can avoid them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kries, have you gotten the broken-hearted power-up like
I
every
was gonna say,
fucking
for a
old
man who
game?
didn't blow his tow truck driver, you sure do love to use the broken
Oh my
heart.
god.
Oh, that reminds me.
Craigslist misconnection on that one. Did you
my
pick me
God.
up from a parking lot on the side of a dirt road in Pennsylvania?
Hey, man, got it.
Did
Nope.
you get the sense that I really wanted to suck your dick? Because I did.
I'd like that $20 back.
Okay.
You didn't really use that for the
Was
toll,
that
did
shit
you?
really for tolls? Chris, you watch It's Always Sunny, right?
I haven't like watched the newer episodes, but yeah.
But yeah, so like the the whole like the trucker one where like they get stranded in the woods.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Tom
yeah,
size-
that's the-
yeah. That's all I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
You want to treat me like a mailbox?
I thought about I thought about that like when I was happening.
yeah, the whole,
When-
yeah.
So I had to I had to go to get like a medical done to become an air traffic controller when I was like at that part in like the hiring process, and I guess to have your medical done, it has to be done through like people who have a contract with the government, I guess.
Right.
And so
Do you work?
These
for the
pilots
government?
do the same thing.
So all right. Go back. I'm not technically an air traffic controller. I'm like literally on the last step before I go to academy, but they've stalled me for a year.
Oh,
And,
that's what you. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. That's
So-
why I've been waiting
What
for
did
that
you
shit.
do?
So no, I have a
Look
history of
up photo.
migraines, but like they're not like chronic or anything. It's just I get them. So that like put up a flag on their thing, and it
It's the government, so it just takes
yeah.
forever
I've had
move
to fill out
through.
so much like paperwork and stuff. I've had to do so many tests and stuff and everything. Major shout out to Ovaltine, by the way, who's also an air traffic controller and has made this hiring process so much easier. He's on the
Oh,
Braves, I
nice.
think.
Shout
Nice.
out to
Awesome.
Yeah, no, dude, I was being such a snarky asshole one time, like when I first joined MLN, and I was like, somebody posted like some air traffic control video or whatever, and I was like, CPG Gray put out a video about it, and I was like, oh yeah, I watched CPG Gray too or whatever. Like I was being such a dick, and he's like, oh, I actually am an air traffic controller. I was like, great, now I'm an asshole. So
I actually would like to discuss with you about
Yeah, no,
some
no, no,
things.
no.
God damn
I was
it.
I was like, oh, I'm actually applying for that or whatever. He's like, oh, if you'd like, he was so much better than me. He's like, oh, if you'd like to talk about it, you know, my DMs are open. So I took that up. He's like explained so many stuff, like so much stuff rather, because they don't really tell you anything about how the
Right.
hiring process works. You just kind of have to find it all on your own. So
Yeah.
he's been a big help. But anyway, so for the medical, I had to go to a doctor in like Newark or something, and I like
Just
first I
from
couldn't.
Cosmopolitan Newark.
Yeah, you know the jewel of New Jersey,
down on
and
the
so
docks.
rivaled
There's
only
so
by
many
Camden.
jewels in New Jersey. Yeah.
Did you see Mr. Bonevine Joni?
The patron saint of New Jersey.
Yes.
So I go to this place, and it's in like a weird building, and it's like, all right, you have to go to the basement for this. I'm like, all right, you know, a little bit of a red
That
flag.
inspires confidence. Okay.
And I walk into the elevator, and do you know when you're painting, you throw down that like wool like blanket so
Yeah.
like you don't get paint on everything?
Yeah.
Well, that was on the
Yep.
floor, and it was like taped, and like the walls were like
Nice.
missing in the elevator, and
I'm
I was like,
getting-
all right.
I'm getting PTSD. But
So,
okay, yes.
I go to the basement, and I show up, and I'm late because I got lost. And so I like walk in. The place is shady. Like the other
Naturally.
people around me, like I don't know. It's just kind of weird. And
Yeah.
I go in and I do all these tests, and I'm like, it doesn't feel very professional. I'll just say that. And I have to do my medical
It's like
examination.
some dude in jeans taking your fucking
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed weird. It seemed like the guy had to Google,
Hey, Leo.
like the doctor had to Google some of the stuff that was going on because, like,
Oh,
like,
no.
like he was like one moment pulls his phone
Like,
out.
oh
and you're like,
shit,
I see
you're
you
dying.
Pulling up Google. I see
actually,
you pulling up Google.
because
Sounds like he's a doctor, like I'm a doctor.
when
I see here you have cancer.
when I handed in the I had to hand them like a piece of paper that was like, I'm from the federal government. Like the receptionist looked at me like I was fucking insane, like I just made it up. And so the doctor was like, Google, like I literally watched him Google like FAA guidelines for this and that, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So
You're
at
like, okay.
at one point he tells me like undress or whatever, and like you know doing
I
whatever.
will.
I had to wear the doctor's gown, and then he's like, all right, touch your toes. Like, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, this is where it's gonna fucking happen.
Oh.
And,
Here I thought the tow truck driver was bad.
no, he made me.
Well, this
he
is
made me spread my.
previous.
That's
This
true.
is this specific phrase is probably gonna have to get cut out, but he made me spread my ass cheeks so to see if I had like drugs in my ass.
What kind
For,
of
like, the
podcast
test,
do you
yeah.
think this is?
Yeah, I was like,
you talk about blowing a tow truck driver for a good 5 minutes.
But we're going to have to
I
take out
will
ass.
listen, I don't
think we'll
know,
censor
I don't
that
know,
part.
whatever. But at that moment, I was like, this is it. Like I'm gonna
Yeah,
like
this is how I
gonna be
lose a
it.
kidney.
He's gonna
Yeah,
put- he's
all
gonna
because
put
I
the
wanted to
thermometer.
sit in an
It's
air traffic control tower.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, that was my.
I'm still chuckling to myself of just like the 5th time on the phone with AAA of just like Pennsylvania.
Oh no, that's literally what it was.
Like,
It was like you in New Jersey, like it would be new, and I'd be like, no, and then it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, just preemptive. So the newest season of It's Always Sunny, the very last episode is like literally
Glenwood
what you
technology,
just
right?
Yeah, it's what you just
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
described. Like, it's him just sitting there just over and over on the phone with customer service, and he's just like, by the end, he's just preempting all the fucking voice prompts. And like, it's so fucking funny. And he's like drifting in and out of consciousness, and he's like fucking hilarious, stuck on the side of the road. Like, so fucking good.
It was a nightmare. It really was. I was fully like prepared to just sleep in the back of my car. It was getting so cold. I had gloves that I thought about just like putting gloves in my shoes to see if that would warm my feet. Terrible.
Gloves are hand warmers for your feet.
I mean,
No, they're
Yeah.
foot warmers for your hands.
Yeah, that's
I think
right.
that's what you meant.
Sure.
Do you like soup?
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I laughed when I saw this on the. So
On the docket.
I would just like to say I'm a picky eater to begin with. Not like chicken tenders only picky, but like you know.
You have foods you dislike, and will
Yeah,
go,
but
like, go out of your way
it's,
not to
there's a
eat.
lot more foods I dislike than I like, and
Alright.
so
What did you have for lunch today?
Ooh, good question.
I ate like a small
Skip
lunch
lunch.
because I woke up late, so that's not really, you know. But normally, I'll just eat either leftovers from the previous night or just like make a quick sandwich. But so
Acceptable.
I like soup, but like, do you know what I mean when I say like just like Lipton noodles or like I'll eat ramen or something? Like chicken noodles, all right, but I'm not like dying to eat it, you know.
Yeah.
But like
Mhm.
when most
I
people
mean,
get
I
like,
know,
I wouldn't go
but
to a
yeah.
restaurant and order soup.
Yeah.
It's
Me neither.
My wife gets French onion soup when we're out at restaurants all the time.
See, I really like French onion like dip and stuff, so I feel like I might like that. But I've just never been in like a scenario where that's even on the menu.
It's nasty if you ask me, but
Onion water.
Damn
yeah,
it.
basically it's
Yeah.
like
It's like someone
I'm gonna take this
drank a
onion,
bunch of
put it in
onion,
water,
yeah,
heat it up, and be like,
and
maybe I'd like
spit
a
it into
wedge
your
of
fucking
cheese.
mouth. Like
Yeah.
it literally tastes like
Okay,
somebody ate a bunch
no,
of onions and
I'm
water
not on
and
board
spit
with
it
that.
into a fucking bowl.
No, you've taken it too far. It's just bad tasting soup. It's not like a weird sex act. It's
No,
okay.
Are you sure?
It's okay.
No, it's not
It's-
that either. It's just that it's disgusting.
I feel like I might
Okay.
like it, and that's coming from a picky eater.
The sex
Although
act?
No, well, I mean maybe.
I do feel like that would be probably not the worst thing because, like you said, like I like dip and stuff like that too. So I'm sure if it's obviously I've seen what it looks like. Like
When you say
it's
soup,
the
what comes to like
liquid.
when you say soup, what comes to mind? Like, what do you think of first?
Like especially like just like chicken noodle or like tortilla soup. Honestly, tortilla soup is what
Tortilla
comes to my
soup is
mind
kinda dumb.
first, and then I immediately shudder with disgust.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what tortilla soup is.
It's basically like water with like tortillas in it, which is basically close to wet bread, which is fucking dumb.
That does sound
and,
pretty
and
disgusting.
the tortilla part is normally like something you would put in afterwards. Like when you make it, it would be like tomatoes and like a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And then
not-
at the end, it's so fucking gross. Also, the other thing that comes to mind is when I went to my fucking boss's house for dinner and she fucking made soup and I had to sit there and fucking eat it because I wasn't about to start the whole conversation of like, oh, sorry, like
Actually,
I
I hate
understand you just
soup.
made fucking, I just watched you cook soup for dinner while we drank wine for an hour.
But
and
going
I'm gonna sit
forward,
here
you
and
could
be
just like we can put up like a little mini version, like a little highlight of that episode. You could just like give it to people before you come over to their house for a dinner party, so they know not to serve you soup.
What's fucked up is like I
Make it a
literally had
YouTube
that
short.
thought where I was like, dude, I wonder what's for dinner. And I was like, it's going to be fucking soup, isn't it? And then, much to my surprise, that's what it is. And like, I literally just sat there and was just like, oh my God, this is like the worst case scenario.
Did you eat it?
Oh, yeah, 100%. It was fucking disgusting. Like, it was literally like, it was vegetarian soup for lunch, first off, which is fine for once. But like it didn't even have like fake meat in it. It just had no protein. Like just nothing.
Well,
like not even
peas have protein.
Well, I mean, but no like no sort of like, oh, this is like
No good
vegan
protein.
sausage or
No
like
good protein. Yeah,
like
nothing you can sink your teeth into like a real animal.
yeah, like nothing like that. And then the rest of it was just like it was like kale, tomatoes, and like a few other
Gross.
fucking vegetables and shit. And
I
water.
definitely would need that.
Literally was the epitome
I would hate
of
that
what
soup too.
Yeah, for sure. It was like the epitome of what I hyperbolically say is all soup. Of like, it genuinely was just like, it looked like a bunch of fucking like mushy vegetables and piss. Like,
Was that the only thing served?
And then there was like bread and stuff. Yeah, but yeah.
So you went to somebody's house for dinner, and
My
they
boss's
served
house,
you a
yes.
vegetable soup as the
and bread.
as the meal.
Bread.
Yes.
That is
And
that's
that
a
person
problem.
is the president of the university that I go to.
In your defense, that's kind of a weird, like, I don't know. That's not a very safe meal to offer, like somebody.
Right.
I feel like.
Right.
Honestly, in
It's-
academia, that's a pretty safe meal.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Of like, if you like could see this person and my other boss who was in town from Illinois, like it actually was a safe bet. And
like
like some other
95
faculty
pounds.
members came over like halfway through dinner. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, it fucking 100%. But yeah, you're right.
How many
Just, like,
different cheeses were there?
3, and one of them they had just gone back from Europe, her and
Yep.
her son.
Yep.
And it was from like a very specific Swiss place where they had been making cheese for like a
I
yeah,
have been to that party. Yeah,
yeah.
I
And
didn't like cheese until I got into a PhD program, and now I like all sorts of crazy cheeses.
that was also the only place that I've ever had like wine that I didn't like immediately detest, but it was like, yeah, that was probably like a super fucking expensive bottle of wine.
Yeah, yeah. They make no money in academia, but they spend it all on fucking cheese
On charcuterie.
and wine and charcuterie. No, they don't spend it on soup because soup is just fucking peas and water. Like, come on.
Yeah. Sorry, vegetables, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fresh produce, but like it's not. Yeah.
Everybody else was looking to see if Dayman would eat it. They're just like, why
Kries,
can't
we
these actually eat
are.
that?
We're at the end of the podcast. And what we do at the end of the podcast when we run out of questions, we ask if you have any questions for us.
I mean,
So,
I guess
any questions you have for us?
my question, I guess, goes to technically all of you because I, as previously stated, I wasn't here at the beginning of the league. When you guys like started this podcast, like, how did that come to be? Like, did you guys talk before? Like, who was like, hey, we should start a podcast with whatever? Like,
We all got
what's the
bullied by
origin story?
Chalk, and we felt bad enough to where we didn't say no.
I was gonna start like a thing, like where I was gonna start a podcast. And I decided to I was gonna talk to other rookies about their rookie experience, and then I was just gonna go chronologically, like this is the first 5, so we'll do this, and then I'll talk to the next 5 and whatever.
I see.
But it just kind of stopped at the first 5, and then we became a thing, and
Now
Hot
you're stuck.
commodity.
yeah,
Have
I
we
was-
even interviewed 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10?
I don't think so.
I don't think we have.
I mean, you jumped on the list of 30 something, so
Yeah, we've had a couple other season 9.
I mean, you had
rookies.
Uga. I saw.
Uga's not a
yeah.
no.
He's
Certainly
like
not
yeah.
in season 9.
Not a
Yeah.
7. Not a season 9 rookie. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Just look.
I was gonna say I'm looking. At the
I'm
top
looking
10
here.
right now.
Nope. There's none in the first 10. Mama and
Literally.
Anthony were the first season 9 rookies we introduced. Mama,
And I wasn't
Luigi,
even there
and
for that
Anthony, and you weren't there for that
Yep,
one.
And
And that was it.
Joy was 18,
Yep. And Mama Luigi was like 29 or 30.
23.
We did.
23.
Oh, no,
Good
Mike
job.
was later
Mike,
on.
yeah. Where's
He was
Mike?
later on though.
Bob
No, he was
24.
before Mama and Anthony. Mike
yeah,
Ock was
Bob
12.
24.
Was he?
Yeah, Mike Ock was 12.
Man,
Right before the new channel started on episode 13.
Oh, he was not 12th overall. He was 42nd overall. But
Oh, I'm sorry. He was the 12th
episode
episode.
12.
I'm
meant
sorry.
overall.
Yeah, my apologies. I was not understanding what you meant.
is Bob episode 24 and also pick 24? Oh my God!
whoa.
No, it's episode 23. Oh,
So close.
We can just release him after.
We'll do it
Yeah.
late.
just unlist his video and then put up.
Oh no,
Brent-
we can't undo that now. Hey,
Oh,
don't
no.
ruin the next episode. Well, I guess by
next
that.
episode's,
Yeah.
next episode's Brent.
Yeah,
Hypothetically,
Brent, Fats, Brian. You all know this because we've released an
yeah, because
order.
these episodes are uploaded.
Yep,
Yeah,
Brent,
I have to say
Fats,
these are-
Brian, then Kries. Yeah,
We're just talking old news now.
yeah.
It's like a month and a half old.
Well,
I
apparently
always-
people don't watch all of our episodes, so they
That's
may
true.
drop in and not. Yeah,
We do
All
have
right.
a
Oh
lot of-
man, I missed that Fats episode.
Yeah.
I always wondered because I was like, man, what if you guys like made the podcast and you just found out you hated each other?
It was possible.
Yeah.
Well, what happens
Still
is
is.
we do
How about
23
I just-
episodes and then have a few more in the tank, and we just keep going out of habit. That's what happens.
How do you know that's not how it's currently working?
Right. I mean,
That was the joke I just fucking. Do you see, Kries? Do you see what happens?
But your
Do you
joke was
see?
just
Ruin the
way
top
too
5
wordy.
podcast.
Just
my
way
joke
too
was
wordy.
like, it wasn't wordy. It just wasn't fucking hitting them in the head with a crayon. Come on.
was it what?
Crayon.
Hitting someone in the head with a crayon is objectively funnier than whatever you just said.
Any other questions you have for the top 5, Kries?
No, I think that's all. I've enjoyed my time.
It's been great having you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Top
you.
5. Anything else you want to say, real quick?
It's going to be 2 lakes. We'll probably be at the Paper Cup or farther, but good luck to the postseason players.
Oh, I did my first power ranking today.
Hey.
And, I went exclusively
Good
on
laugh.
record, and then any tied records, I just went with whatever color I liked more. So,
No,
fuck you
real.
to anybody who actually looks at what I put, and I don't care what you think.
Well, it's going to be
Oh,
awkward when you do those
real.
end of season awards that way too.
Just
Slightly
Clue,
off topic.
I'll probably go on mascot for that.
damn it.
Slightly
Okay.
off topic. Damn it, what are
So-
your favorite colors?
This episode's gonna come out in like what? Probably like a couple weeks, maybe.
Probably about a month.
Probably like
Yeah.
a month,
And a half.
So
It depends how long we take editing
Yeah.
episodes. We're a
Yeah,
little slow right now
well-
because I think we got stuff going on.
will the paper cup be finished by then? Or
Probably.
It might be right
It
around
might
that time.
be right when it's starting. Yeah.
all right, so
Or you
pick
don't.
2
Alright, so
teams to
I
congratulate.
was gonna say, yeah.
Okay. Let's go with Philly. So that's my National League. And this is me not knowing who's in it. Or in what league. I'll leave it at Philly for now until I hear other people.
Congrats, Marlins.
The Marlins are in the
Congratulations.
playoffs.
Joke.
Congratulations
okay.
to
Yeah.
your Sadness Cup winners, the Tampa Bay Rays.
Tampa Bay Rays, yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Who, after beating,
it
of
up.
course, the
We're gonna
I think
go-
the
Cardinals
Mets.
in the
I'm
final.
gonna take the Mets for the Sadness Cup.
Let's do sadness predictions instead.
Yeah.
of Paper Cup
Yeah.
predictions. Who the fuck cares about that shit?
Rays versus
Yeah,
Cardinals.
Rays Cardinals final.
That would slap. I think Oakland's
Damon-
gotta be in there somewhere.
Damon hits a tank off me, but we still lose.
It's the
Six,
bottom of the
but,
6.
yeah.
It's the bottom of the 6. Bases loaded. We're up by 3. Leo comes in to close it out. Grand slam.
Damon hits a nuke. I
It's
retire.
6-6.
And it's the last pitch Leo ever pitches.
Yeah, I become a hitter. I go, if Dayman can do it, I can too. Become a hitter.
True.
Go on my
And
go
then-
on my Junie Panda arc.
And then proceed to get one hit all next year before retiring.
How rude.
I am
How
excited
Well,
to see
if
how
you
the Oreos
fucking-
do in the playoffs.
The
I'm really
Oreos.
excited. Yeah.
Oreos.
Nice.
Or,
I like
did I say Oreos?
You
I
did.
like the, I like
Yeah.
the chocolate
I heard it that
Oreos,
way.
and golden Oreos more.
Golden Oreos.
You guys are
Golden Oreos-
fucking nuts. If
Golden
Here's
Golden
a good
Oreos
place to
are in
end.
Kries, what do you think?
conversation.
Kries, what do you think?
It's definitely chocolate.
Yeah.
No one has said an
You-
American League team.
I don't
Golden
mind
Oreo
like
competitor.
lemon
I
Oreos.
said
I think
fucking
Oreos-
wings, man.
Go
Orioles
Rangers.
might take it. That offense is fucking impressive.
Go Rangers.
I think it's gonna be some random fucking like the Royals or
Some
some,
wild
shit. Like
card
some
team that
super
just goes on a
low-seeded
streak.
team. Yeah, that just randomly is
Yep.
like, oh shit.
Yep.
Shout out Matt Taylor, Paper Cup MVP for the Royals this year. I hope this episode drops
wow.
the fucking
Wow.
day that
God.
shit happens.
That would be impressive.
Oh man.
That would
Shout
be
out.
fucking amazing.
I hope somebody
Kermit
actually like,
Mulvaney,
I
Sadness
hope when this,
Cup MVP
this
for the
comes out,
Reds.
people are actually like, wow, you got nothing right.
I just hope everyone had fun with MLR postseason fantasy pick'em.
I would like to
Plus
congratulate
supplies.
my future self on winning Sadness MVP. Good job,
Nice.
Chris.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
This is gonna come out. I'm gonna
Congrats.
fucking go like 0 for 13.
Just elimed on the first fucking game. 0 for 4.
6 is just gonna be like, yeah, we're not even like joking anymore. You're off the team.
Your bench.
If I were 6, I wouldn't even play you. That's what I would do. So,
Oh man,
all right. Well, thank you,
Alright.
Kries, for joining us.
thank you for
It
having
has
me.
been quite a pleasure.